and welcome to Countryside Knitting. My name is Merete and this is going to be another special episode only about shawls. I have made 4 shawl episodes in Norwegian. It's a couple of years ago since I did the latest, but now I want to do some of these in English. I'm going to show you some different projects and I'm not going to remember everything about colors of the yarn. I will remember the designers, of course, but what you can do if you want to know more details, how much yarn I've used and what the colors names are and so on, you can look into my Ravelry projects for all these. I will put the links down below. I love to knit shawls, and I guess part of the reason is that the shawls kind of almost always is going to be something that I think fit me, because you can choose how big they will be and you can improvise, and there's a lot of things that you can do that is more difficult with garments that has to be a special size. So I think to knit shawls makes me relax, and it's something I use them a lot, but still I kind of collect them. I very seldom sell some of them, so these are, I have someday I will have to get rid of some of these, I guess. In my first English shawl episode I talked about Skimning Shawl by Sofia Capelle. Now I'm going to show you 2 shawls from another pattern that she has. She's a Swedish designer and she has a podcast. It is not very active anymore, Sofia's Tales in YouTube, but you can find a lot of her patterns in Ravelry. I have test knitted some of these patterns, but not the shawls. I want to show you her Summer Mystery knit along from 22, I think. That is a triangular shaped shawl, and I have made it really big. This is Finull, grey Finull. I have a lot of shawls with bright colors, but I wanted something more delicate in a way, more easy to have. This can go with anything. This is 100% wool. Finull is 100% wool, Norwegian wool, and it's really nice. In the beginning, some years ago, I didn't like to have the wool next to my skin, but I'm getting used to it, and there's something with the wool that gets softer when you use it, when you wash it, and when you get used to it. And when you put your wool into your skin, and your skin and the wool kind of, the warmth from your body connects with the wool, it's softer. Try it. This is moss stitch, so if you see knit and purl for a long time, very easy, and then 2 knit, 2 purl, and then 3 knit, 3 purl. And I made some other colors at the end, and a knitted picot. Big and nice, and in the summer now I've used it as a blanket when I have been outside and it has been cold. And I made another version because I wanted this in a very soft yarn called Mari, and that is a mohair from Telespin, a Norwegian mill that I have talked about a lot. I used to go there every summer. This summer I didn't manage to get there, but maybe next summer, and I have yarn. Mari is the kind of a kid mohair. Same pattern, just another color. And I chose not to have the picot ending because I felt it was okay as it was. And because this is a very soft yarn, the knit and purl doesn't show that well. It shows much more with a 100% wool. But this is a shawl I'm going to use now as this autumn will come. Another shawl that I have finished now rather recently is the Some Me Time shawl by Joji Locatelli. I guess you've heard about her. She's a very popular designer and she also has a YouTube channel. And some me time shawl was given to me, the pattern was given to me a couple of years ago, and now I have made 2 of these. And then that's also a triangular shaped shawl. This is an alpaca yarn, and it's some more like a Christmas shawl, very bright. It's garter in the beginning, and then it's a kind of lace that I don't know, I remember the name of. It may look difficult, but it's not. And when I knit lace like this, I use stitch markers in between every repetition of the charts, so I don't mess up. Because if you forget one yarn over, it will be something wrong. So when I knit on the wrong side, I usually count, make sure that I have enough. And when I have the stitch markers, it's very easy to cheat in a way, to make that yarn over on the way back if it's forgotten. And because of this nice lace, it gets a little bit like waves. Very nice. So this was a strong red shawl, and I have made it also in this color, and this is a hand-dyed yarn, Norwegian hand-dye, or she's actually not Norwegian, but she lives in Bergen. Her name is Fjord Fibers, and I love this color. And this is a shawl that you can just keep on going with this lace, and you can have it bigger if you want. So, some me time shawl by Joji Locatelli. Gudrun Johnston is an American designer with her roots, I think, on Shetland, and she has a pattern called the Shetland Trader, or a Hansel hat, and I have made 3 of those in the half version. Here is one in lamb's wool from Rauma, in rather dark colors. It is triangular and big, and with a rather big lace at the end. It's rather easy to knit. The garter stitch part, of course, is super easy, but then the lace at the end, I must say, I just don't manage to learn it by heart. I don't memorize it. I have to keep with the diagram. It goes on forever and ever and ever, but it's worth it. It is so nice. Big one, a romantic one. I made it in the same kind of yarn, just I held it double. It was of course quicker, but then it gets heavier and a bit coarser. This is more romantic and delicate, and this is my double yarn version. I think it's really fun to play with the colors. I wanted the brown together with some light sweet colors. And this is almost like a blanket, and if you make it the full version, it will be a blanket, it will be a square. And I have been thinking about doing that. I think this may also be like a baby blanket, maybe even as a triangular shape, like what you wrap them in when they're really small. I also made this in the yarn called, this is alpaca, and it is rowan felted tweed. I had to think. I think this was a little bit small, but very nice, in ugly, nice colors. The felted tweed is a very nice yarn. I have more, maybe I'll do some more with it, but maybe not this pattern, because, yeah. But I really like this shawl, like I do with most of my shawls. I have made some of the shawl patterns from P. Fortune and Lithography, and I will show you. I just have to look at my notes. Treasures from the Forest, I think is the name. That is the brown one. It's a couple of years since I made this, so I had to look up the name. This is also a woven yarn. It's triangular and it's super easy, and it felt like magic when I knitted it. I thought, how is this going to be a triangular? But then when I bind off, it was. Is this the... yeah, that's the right side. So you have this looking like what you find in the woods, pines, and this is only with a garter, super easy. Lovely, I love all her designs. This was the first I made, maybe, well, the first of this, and I made it another one, and even I made it with a broken hand. This is Finul from Rauma. I recommend this pattern. I'm thinking about making more like I always do, but I don't need more shawls now, but this is a very nice, and it's fun to knit. And I also have made Forest Path Hap, and that's this green one, really strong green color. This is also Finul from Rauma, 100% Norwegian wool. I'll show you a little bit closer because you can see the path, I guess. And there are some trees down at the lace. So this goes very well to Hansel, to my farm and to the area. I love this. Like I say about all my shawls. I now want to show you a shawl that I made, I think when the COVID started, because I met the designer a couple of weeks before the lockdown. That is Mars. She has her designer's name, or her channel is heyBrownBerry, and she was in Orkanger together with a lot of other international designers, and there was a workshop and a lot of, we had a tea party. And she has this ritual shawls, and I have made it in merino that I have dyed myself. With these colors, it's very romantic. It is what is the name of this shape? It has long wings, so this is easy to wear. If I want to do like this, I will get these back and I can tie them because there's a lot of wind here that I live. So half, what was the crescent shape, isn't it? This is a lovely and easy pattern, and this lace is beautiful. So this was Mars from heyBrownBerry. I recommend her channel. At the same tea party there was another designer, international, called Jimmy Knits. She is from the UK. heyBrownBerry is American. And she had a shawl that she had with her that I could see in the exhibition. This is aggregate shawl. I have made two of these, but the other one is given away. This is a very fun pattern to make because of the way the colors blend. It looks like somebody put have stirred into the dye pot. But it's just the way that it's knitted with German short rows. It's not very big, but it's very long, so it's very easy. It's more like a scarf in a way. This is a very nice pattern. It's fun. And these two colors are from Finul from Rauma. I usually make knitted shawls, but I have a couple of them which are crochet. This is something I made a long time before I even started thinking about the shawls. It's a Rauma pattern, and I don't remember the name or the number. I can find out, but it's super easy. Triangular with Vams. That's a very thick 100% wool, Norwegian wool. In pink and in burgundy. This one I actually used on the 17th of May together with my bunad, because it's old-fashioned and classic. I have more shawls, but I think this is enough for this short episode, and I will make more short episodes. And I hope that you enjoy my shawls, watching them, and to get inspired to knit your own shawls. Or just to daydream, that's also a possibility. I will put all the links down below, and you can have a look at what kind of yarn, what was the name, what's the name of the colors, and how much did I use. You will find in my Ravelry page. Thank you for watching. I have some other information also in the information box below about patrons, about coffee, about where you can find us, me and Janne, in social media. Well, that was all for today. Thank you and bye bye.